Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start again where we left in the last class. In the last class, we discussed about parallax method. और मैंने I asked you students to solve few questions of parallax method. So let me open the questions and let us see if we can solve those questions based on the parallax method. Okay, so in the last class, I'll brief you what I discussed about the parallax method was. Two things I discussed. One was that you keep your finger in front of your eye, straight in the nose, and look at some object far behind, and close your right eye and close your left eye. जब तुम ऐसा करते हो, जब एक आंख को बंद करते हो, तो विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू द फिंगर जो पीछे का जो ऑब्जेक्ट होता है ना, उसकी पोजीशन चेंज हो जाती है. सेम चीज मैंने दूसरे तरीके से समझाई थी कि जब अपन लोग कार में मूव करते हैं तो बगल के ऑब्जेक्ट जो है ना, उनकी पोजीशन तो अपने रेस्पेक्ट बहुत स्पीड से चेंज होती है, लेकिन जो दूर पहाड़ होता है ना, वो काफी टाइम तक अपने से सीधा ही रहता है. सो दिस रिलेटिव चेंज ऑफ द पोजीशन व्हेन आवर लाइन ऑफ साइट चेंजेस, दिस इज नोन एज पैरेलैक्स. उसी के ऊपर बेसिस पे मैं आज दो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कराऊंगा. सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, दिस क्वेश्चन आई हैव टेकन फ्रॉम द एनसीईआरटी बुक, so you can see this question in your NCERT book also. A man wishes to estimate the distance of a nearby tower from him. He stands at a point A in front of the tower C and spots a very distant object O in line with AC. He then walks perpendicular AC up to B, a distance 100 meter, and looks at O and C again. Since O is very distant, the direction BO is practically the same as AO, but finds the line of sight C shifted from the original line of sight by an angle theta is equal to 45 degree. We call this theta known as parallax angle. Estimate the distance of tower C from its original position A. So let's try to solve this question. The person A is standing here and he looks at the tower C at some distance from him. Okay, we have to calculate this distance AC. What he does is he locates a very distant object A very far away from it. Okay, so what he's doing, he's looking at the tower C. We have to calculate this distance AC, and for using the parallax method, he looks at a very distant object AO, which is very far away. Then this person moves to the point B at a distance 100 meter. And now if he looks at the point C, you see that his line of sight has changed. But if you look at the distant object O, then his line of sight BO has not changed. It is parallel to AO. It is given that the new line of sight, that is BC, makes an angle of 45 degree with the original line of sight AO, which is same as BO. Okay. So if you see, we have the parallax angle theta is equal to 45 degree. The distance AB is given as 100 meter. We have to find the distance AC. From the triangle ABC, we can see that triangle 10C, that is 1045, is equal to perpendicular upon base, that is AB upon AC. AB is given as 100 meter, theta is given as 45 degree, and 1045 is 1. So AC is equal to 100 meter. This is how, with the help of the parallax method, we can find the distance of a far away object from us with the help of a reference object which is so much far away from us that when we move a small distance, the line of sight for that far away object doesn't changes. In the last class, I gave you what is plane angle theta. Let me again give you the definition of plane angle theta before I move forward and solve another question for the parallax method. Plane angle theta is the ratio of the length of arc S to the radius R. So let's say you are given two lines OA and OB. and you have to find the angle theta between it. Okay, so open your compass and cut any arc of any radius. I have drawn here two circles, one of radius r1 and one of radius r2. So when I drag a circle of radius r1, the arc length which is intercepted between the O and OB is s1, and if I take this bigger circle, the arc length AB is s2. In both the cases, the unit angle theta is defined as arc length divided by radius. So for the smaller circle, the arc length, radius will be s1 upon r1, and for the bigger circle, the ratio will be s2 upon r2, because it's the angle between the same line OA and OB. So the angle theta is same, equal to theta is equal to s1 upon r1, which is equal to s2 upon r2. जो अभी तक तुम लोगों ने एंगल की जो डेफिनेशन पढ़ी थी, उसमें जो तुम्हारा एंगल का जो यूनिट था वो डिग्री था, बट दिस रेशियो s1 upon r1 and s2 upon r2, इस एंगल की जो यूनिट है उसको हम रेडियन बोलते हैं, उसको डिनोट करते हैं सिंबल रेड से, RAD, रेड. सो दैट दिस एंगल इज नाउ मेजर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ रेडियंस. सो द यूनिट, ऐसा यूनिट फॉर द एंगल इज रेडियन. एंगल रेडियन, एंगल की और स्मॉलर यूनिट्स है. पहली स्मॉलर यूनिट है 1 arc min, which is known as minute of arc, and this is represented as 1 dash. सिंगल डैश हम 1 के ऊपर लगाते हैं, तो अगर थीटा डैश बोलेंगे, then that dash stands for arc min, which is known as minute of arc. And the second unit is arc sec, second of arc. Sorry, this is arc, ARC, और ये इसको हम दो डबल डैश से डिनोट करते हैं. उसका जो कन्वर्जन है वो कुछ ऐसा होता है, 1 degree is equal to 60 arc min और minute of arc. शॉर्ट में कोई भी ऐसा बोल सकते हैं 1 degree is equal to 60 minute, but remember this minute is not the minute of the time. ये टाइम वाला मिनट नहीं है, ये मिनट ऑफ आर्क है. एंड 1 minute is 60 arc second और 60 second of arc. Remember, कभी कभी हम 1 minute को 60 second बोल देंगे, but this when we measure degree, this minute and second are not of the time, but they are minute of arc and second of arc. और लास्ट क्लास में तुम्हारे को बता ही दिया था, जब एक पूरा सर्कल मूव करते हैं हम लोग, तो टोटल एंगल जो मूव करते हैं वो 360 डिग्री होता है, which is equal to 2 pi radian. So the conversion between degree and radian is 180 degree is pi radian. So we have to remember 180 degree is pi radian, 1 degree is 60 minute of arc, and 1 minute is 60 second of arc. So from the point of calculation perspective, we can convert 1 degree, 1 arc minute, and 1 arc second into radian. All the angles have to be converted into radian. Remember, the SI unit for angle is radian. The SI unit for angle is radian. So if the angle measurement is given in degree or second, arc second or arc minute, it is our responsibility to convert it into radian. So 1 degree will be equal to pi by 180 radian, which is equal to 1.745 into 10 to the minus 2 radian. 1 degree is equal to 60 arc minute, or 60 arc minute is equal to 1 degree, and 1 degree we have calculated is 1.754 into 10 to the minus 2 radian. So this will give us 1 arc minute is equal to 2.91 into 10 to the minus 4 radians, and 1 arc minute is equal to 60 arc second, and we have said that 1 arc minute is equal to 2.91 into 10 to the minus 4 radian. So 1 arc second is equal to 1.485 into 10 to the minus 6 radian. We may not remember these results, but we must be able to calculate it in the exam. 1 degree is 1.745 into 10 to the minus 2 radian. 1 arc minute is 2.91 into 10 to the minus 4 radians, and 1 arc second is 4.85 into 10 to the minus 6 radians. Another thing which I want to tell you about the angle theta, which we'll use when we calculate the distance of the large object or the diameter of the sun and the distant star. This concept, if I take O as the center of the circle and AB the arc, then it subtends some angle theta at the center. When this angle theta is large, then the chord length AB and the arc length AB are not same. But as this point B moves to B dash, which is closer to A, this angle theta, which is subtended at the center, is decreasing. And when this angle theta is decreasing, the arc length AB dash and the chord length AB dash are becoming equal. So when this theta becomes smaller and smaller, this arc length and the chord length becomes nearly equal. And when the angle theta is tending to 0, or when we say the angle theta is very small, then the arc length and the chord length are nearly equal to same. We are going to exploit this phenomena that for small angle theta, the arc length is same as the chord length, and with that result, we will be able to find out, or with the help of this approximation, we can find out the distance of the large stars from us, or the diameter or the size of the large star. So let's take another question. The moon is observed from two diametrically opposite points A and B on Earth. The angle theta subtended at the moon by two directions of observations is 1 degree 54 minutes. Given the diameter of the Earth to be 1.276 into 10⁷ meter, compute the distance of the moon from the Earth. Again, this question I have taken from your NCERT book. So you can refer to this question in your NCERT book. This question says that from the two diametrically opposite points of the Earth, we are observing moon. And from these two diametrically opposite points, when you look at the moon, the angle theta subtended by the moon at these two observations is 1 degree 54 minutes. Now you can see that this angle 1 degree 54 minutes is very small. And the diameter of the Earth is about 1.276 into 10⁷ meter, and that is very large. So in this last slide where I explained you, when this angle theta approaches 0, we can use that the arc length AB dash and the chord length AB dash are nearly equal. So that approximation we are going to exploit in solving the next question. Let's say this is moon, and this point A and point B are on the surface of the Earth, which according to question are diametrically opposite. So first, let's say from point A, we are looking at the moon, and our line of sight is this. And this line represents that we are looking at a star which is very far away from the Earth. So this line of sight is nearly straight from the point A. When the point B, we look at the moon, our line of sight is changing and we are looking along this line. But when we look at the distant star is so far away that our line of sight for that star is same at the point B as it was at the point A. So now we can calculate the change in the line of sight of the star and the line of sight of the moon. With the help of this angle, we can calculate the angle theta, which the moon subtends at point A and point B. Okay, now if I draw this arc AB, then according to the definition of the angle theta is equal to this arc length AB divided by the distance of the moon from the Earth, which we can take as d. Now I said that if this angle theta is small, this arc length AB is same as the chord length AB. If we take this theta is small, and which is actually small, it is only approximately 1 degree 54 minutes, which is very small as compared to 360 degree. So we can say that theta is very small. So this arc length AB is same as the chord length AB. And according to the problem, the point A and B are diametrically opposite point on the surface of the Earth. So AB represents the diameter of the Earth. So in the question we are given theta is 1 degree 54 minutes. Remember I said that the SI unit for angle is radian and not degree. So we have to convert it into radian. So I convert this 1 degree into 60 minutes. So this total comes out to be 114 minutes. And in the previous sheet, we have seen that one minute is 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radians. So you'll use this 1 minute is 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian to find out that this theta is 3.32 into 10 to the power minus 2 radians. Okay. Now this theta 3.32 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian is very small. It's tending to 0. Our basis AB, which is the diameter of the earth, is 1.276 into 7 meter. And as this theta is very small, the arc length is equal to the chord length, which is the basis. We can find the distance of the moon from the earth. D is equal to B by theta, which is 1.276 into 10 to the power 7 divided by 3.32 into 10 to the power minus 2, which comes out to be 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. This is how we can use the parallax method to find out the distance of the far object from our earth. Okay, that's for today, for how to calculate the distance of the far object using the parallax method.